Hi, I am Olympia LePoint, host of Answers Unleashed, seen on answersunleashed.com. I have a weekly prediction video for you this week. This prediction video will help you make the best decisions this week so you can create the life that you want. Hi, I am Olympia LePoint, author of my latest book, Answers Unleashed 2, The Science of Attracting What You Want. And it is found on my website. I'm going to put my glasses on here so I can pull this up for you. It is on my website, answersunleashed.com. Also on my website, I created what I call the Quantum Deciding Planner. It is a planning system to help you make the best decisions, not only this week, but for the entire year. And you can easily download it. Let me show you where to go. If you go to my website, answersunleashed.com/quantum deciding planner, this is what you'll see. You can go to the website, see the planner, download the planner, and print each week. And you can actually look at the video to find out how to use the planner. And if you go to download the planner and print each week, you can download a complimentary calendar planner, and it's called the Quantum Deciding Planner. So it accompanies my latest book, Answers Unleashed 2, The Science of Attracting What You Want. And for this year, I created videos, weekly videos to help you make key decisions on a weekly basis. So you manifest, if you want to use that term, or you create the future that you want. So this week, I have 3 key decisions for us to follow for a successful week. So this week is about transformation. And there's 3 decisions that you can take this week to create a successful, not only week, but a successful couple of months. And it starts now. So the first decision in which you have is pivoting. So the first decision, and let me actually take that off the screen here. The first decision that you have this week is to pivot. Now, let me break down what pivoting is. It's used in many different cases. In engineering, a pivot is a type of pin that allows a material or a door or some sort of object to change direction from this direction, let's say, to that direction. Pivot is a term that's used in business when you have a product, but the market changes and you have to pivot what you've created, pivot a product or a service. So you pivot it, making a new opportunity, change the plans. And in sports, when you pivot, it's like grounding yourself and using the momentum of the situation to actually accomplish that goal. So in this particular week, you will have the opportunity to decide to pivot. Now, what does that mean? When you normally are expecting something good to happen or great to happen, and you've been planning for it, and then bam, something happens that you did not expect, it typically is a disappointment. When you experience a disappointment like that, you can pivot. Now, let me describe that. Whatever it is that you have been anticipating to do, you now have an opportunity to think differently, pivot your thinking, change the direction of your thinking so you can create an opportunity from the situation. For example, all of us are in a pandemic right now. Businesses are shutting back down. Businesses are facing like really tough time on trying to figure out how they're going to bring in income when there's a shortage of staff and the products are changed. For example, I used to be a keynote speaker and I used to go all across the United States speaking at technical forums and at universities. Then the pandemic happened and I had to pivot. So I created my online educational forum under answersunleashed.com, Quantum Deciding, where I do virtual talks, and I created mathophobia.com that helps people do mathematics online. So I had to pivot. I had to take my company and pivot it, take my services and pivot it on an online system so it could help. This week, you will have the opportunity to pivot. You will experience some sort of disappointment, and you will have an opportunity to change your thinking from that and create a new outcome based on your thinking. So whatever happens this week, you will have the opportunity to pivot, change your thinking so you can use this as what comes up next as, this is the second point, a new opportunity. A new opportunity. Opportunities happen when you are preparing yourself for success. Opportunities usually just don't come out of nowhere. It comes from your decision to test yourself in a new area and succeed. So it is that decision to change your situation and create a new opportunity for yourself. This is the trick. When you make a decision to accept a new opportunity, you have another thing to do. You have to make the decision to work for it. Nothing ever just comes into your lap without you having an effort to maintain it. Whatever the new decision that you make, a new opportunity that may come in this situation, you will have to make the decision to work for it to be successful. So what does that mean? Okay, for example, if you are expecting let's just take a very simple example. Let's say you're in a relationship with a loved one, and you find out that the loved one has done something that really annoys you, really angers you. Instead of being closed off about it, you have the ability to actually use that as an opportunity to speak up and tell how you feel in the situation. Instead of being angry and disappointed, you can pivot your thinking to, I'm going to use this as an opportunity to express my feelings so someone can understand how I feel about a situation. Another example, if you have been waiting to go back to work, and then you find out that there's not work or no budget for you to go back to, you may be at that point where you're like, what am I going to do? I've been laid off, or what am I going to do? There's not an opportunity for me to make money. That is a time for you to pivot. You have created skills and abilities in a new way. What new opportunities exist with those skills and abilities? The pivot is the thinking, and then the new opportunity comes with the action that is used to maintain a new way of welcoming opportunities. And so, for example, you may not have the contract like you wanted. There's another opportunity at, let's say, other locations for you to do the same type of work. Put in your application, make a phone call, do the work. Doing the work is placing effort in to create that opportunity so it becomes reality, and it becomes a solid reality. All right. So this is the next decision that you can make this year, and this week specifically. Capturing content. There's going to be ability for you to share what you've learned and what you know in a good, probably like 6 to 8 weeks now. I've always had the ability to actually see the future before it happens, and I use that skill in mathematics to predict safety in space launches when I helped launch the space shuttle. If you don't know, I was a rocket scientist for years and helped launch 28 space shuttle missions into space. What I know is that you will have an opportunity in around 6 to 8 weeks from now to share your content. Now, what is content? Content is the ability to provide life-changing information for individuals, including yourself, where you change a process or a system or a situation so it becomes easier. So you have the ability to create a new system, a new future by sharing content. Now, what do you do today? This week, what you want to do is write down what you have learned. It's as easy as that. For these videos, I write down what I've learned. I share it with content. I not only like pretty videos, I enjoy sharing information so it will help myself and other people. You have the ability to do the same thing, and it will royally pay off 6 to 8 weeks from now in a way in which you don't know. So when you have the opportunity this week, write down what you've learned this week from whatever it is that you've done and that's important to you. For example, if you are a medical device representative that helps, I know a friend that does this, a medical device representative that goes and flies to different places and and helps a surgeon put in medical devices to keep people, to keep limbs on people in accidents and things like that. If you're in that type of position, what you want to do is write down what you've learned from the different visits that you've done, and then put that all together, because you'll have the opportunity in around 6 to 8 weeks from now to share that content with officials who will be able to see how useful it is, so you can help other people in ways in which you maybe wouldn't have expected. If you're a mom and you're at home taking care of your kids and you're trying to help them with Zoom as well as do your work from home, it may be a little challenging, but there's things in which you learn in that process that's very successful. That's content. Write that content down. Keep it in a safe place. You're going to use that content again 6 to 8 weeks from now in a way in which you wouldn't necessarily have expected. But the key thing is to use that content and capture it and create something powerful with it, because it will be used in the future. And that is the only way we change the future, is by writing things down and preparing to share it. All right. I hope this week is a great week for you. We are, again, looking at this week, which is January 30th through February 5th, 2022. The 3 things that you're going to do this week is the decisions that you're going to make is going to be looking at pivoting. You're going to be looking at new opportunities, and you're going to be looking at capturing content. I am Olympia LePoint. Find me on answersunleashed.com and find me on social media under Olympia LePoint. I love sharing information with you, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.